Okay. See, today we are going to see about the PLSQL interview questions. Okay. See, most important in the PLSQL. So everybody will ask this question. Okay. See, what is the difference between a procedure and function? Is very important. See, here like a procedure are mainly used to execute the group of commands. Okay, certain business logics with DML, DDL, DML, anything. So you can able to run from this procedure. Okay, see the function is mainly used to perform some calculation type of things. Okay, some computational process and returning the result of that process. See, for this, so we'll see the first some example here. So first we'll write some anonymous block. From that we'll do some examples. Declare. See, we have like a anonymous block. See, which I'm like a pausing it. Okay, see, I declare some anonymous block here. See, the anonymous block is having the two variables. So one is the p underscore highest shall variable, and see, this is the variable I declared here, and I'm assigning the value directly in the declarative section here. Okay. See, now I'm checking if the department number is not null. See, 20 is not null. It's a true. So then it come to this place. I'm going to find out what are the value, the maximum salary in that particular department. I'm going to keep in this particular variable, and I'm storing in this variable simply. Okay. See, now I'm not doing any other things here. Simply, I'm doing this. Okay. See, this is the anonymous block we are writing. So this anonymous block, we are not able to store anywhere in the database. Okay. See, for that, we are using like a procedures or functions. So to make it as a named block, we have, okay, see, I am changing that as a named block, create or replace. Okay, so we have like a procedures and functions, both, right? Procedure P1. Okay, so now I made it as a procedure P1. See, now I am passing this as a input variable. Okay, so you are passing some input to this, right? So I'm making this as a parameter here. See, in the named block, you can able to make it as a parameters. Okay, see, now I don't want to mention anything, the value assignment and all those things. The parameter in. Okay, so you need to be like this. Okay, now you made this as a procedure. Okay, so it is giving the error for you p underscore high sal. Okay, see, create or replace procedure name. So you need to be is or as keyword. This is the syntax for the procedure creation. Okay, now you made it, so you are doing this as a, some calculations. Okay, the same thing I'm making as a function as well. The difference we need to understand, right? See, now I'm making as a function. So function F1. Everything will same. I'm keeping this, but there is some syntactical difference here. Okay. See, while deriving of the function having the two parts. The function or procedure is having two parts. See, the man is having head and body. The same way, the procedure or function, whatever it may be. So till the begin, whatever the things we have, treat like I said, this is header and this is the body. So once it starts from begin to end, this we can call it as a body. Okay. See here in the header part, so you need to use the return data type. See, if the function is taking some input from you, it must return a value. Okay, see the function, if you haven't put the return class, it give the error for you. See, it give the error. See, encounter the symbol as when expected one of the following is written. It is expecting the return in the header part that you need to mention return number. Okay, now I made it as a procedure as a function by mentioning of the return class. Okay. So the difference here, you can say one of the difference here, the procedure and function having the difference. The function header part is having the return class, but procedure header part does not have the return class. Is one difference you got it now. Okay, and you can able to do the calculations in the procedure and as well as the function. Okay, no difference in that. But while deriving of the data, like while performing of the DML statements. Okay, see, wait, see, before that, see, you can execute one thing, procedure and function execution. The execution begin even of 10. Now the procedure got executed. Okay, see, procedure, you are executing from the PLSQL block. Okay, the same way you can try with the function as well. F1. See, F1 is not a procedure or is undefined because see, function is taking from something from you and is returning the value. Okay, see, if you are if someone is giving like 1 crore rupees of money for you, so there is a capability to utilize that money. So there is a capability to use that money also. You cannot able to like take that much money and you cannot able to use that. Okay. See the capability here, you are expecting something like a return number. See, I'm expecting the return as a number. The returning, it is the function is returning the number value that need to keep it someplace. The place is required for you first that declare. So v underscore out. See, any name you can able to provide, but I'm like declaring as a variable. I'm declaring some variable as a v. The naming convention I'm following my own way. Okay, so I'm using this variable v underscore out equals to. See, what are the value this function is returning? We keep in this variable v underscore out. You can able to do now. See, function returned without a value. See, you are saying something like I'm going to return this value. So you said some promise, but you haven't did that promise to clear that promise. Okay, so you are not doing anything to clear this promise. So I said like I'm going to return the number value. So you haven't utilized this money anywhere. So I need money. You ask that money like from your one of the friend, but you haven't used that money anywhere. Anyway, that you need to be, your friend will ask that. Say you taken the money from my side and you haven't used that money, right? See now, see here, the function is compiled. So it is not giving like while taking the money, you don't need to you won't get any error. But while running of this, it must give error for you. See, for that reason, you need to use the return class for this. Okay. See the return class, you need to simply return anything. You need to be return something from the function. See, it haven't get any error now. It is it is haven't written any error for you. Okay. See, this is the difference. So you got the two differences here. See, the difference is procedure is mainly used to perform certain commands execution. Okay, the function is mainly used to perform the calculations. So now we see the you can able to perform the calculation type of things from procedure or function both places. Can you check with the DML or DDL statements inside the procedure and function as well? Okay, see now taking some insert statement selection from EMP. num equals to 1. Okay. So I'm taking say simply this insert statement I'm putting into the, okay. See now I'm like doing this DML statement inside the function. Sorry, procedure and function, both places. Commit. See, now I'm like compiling this procedure. It is not giving any error for me. And the function also I'm doing the same way. Function also haven't given any error. There is no compilation error while providing the DML statement inside the function or procedure, right? Now I'm trying to execute. See, we forget here one more thing. The function you are executing from the PLSQL block. The same way you can able to execute from the select statement. Okay, select statement simply F10, sorry, F1 of SQL. See, the function you can able to execute from the select statement. Okay, so now I'm commenting this DML statement, or I'm removing this DML statement from my function. Okay, so you may get another difference here. You can able to execute the function from the select statement. See, it is giving the output for you. 20. It's giving the function you can able to execute from the two places, PLSQL block and as well as the SQL. And another difference here, but you cannot able to execute the procedure from the P1 of 10 from real. Is giving the error. You have the two differences now. One is the return class is the different, and execution from the procedure from only PLSQL block, but function you can able to, the function must return a value. If the function is not returning the value, it gives the error. So meaning the function is must return a value, but procedure may or may not. Procedure also you can able to return. Okay, now we are using the return class here and you are executing from this, right? If we use the return class in the function, if we use the, sorry, procedure, if we use the return class in the procedure, okay, that we'll see. So that's one second. We will complete about this DML statement first. We'll complete about this DML statement. Okay, now I'm trying to compile this procedure function. Okay, both function and procedure is having the DML operations now. See, this is the procedure and this is the function, both places having the procedure. Okay. Now I'm trying to execute in my way. The procedure is compiled and you can check this. Earlier we have the table is having the 14 records and now we have the 7369 is the duplicate record. Okay, so you are able to perform the DML operations from the procedure. Now you can compile this function, okay, from the PLSQL block, okay, and check the data in the EMP table. Now we have the 16 records. See the 7369 having the 3 records now, okay. So you are able to perform the DML operation from the procedure and function, but there is some limitation in the function. See, nowadays the gents and ladies can able to do everything, right? See, even like they are driving the flights also, they are operating the flights also, but there is some limitation. See, the gents can able to work at the night shifts, but ladies cannot able to run. There is some limitations. The same way, the function is also having some limitation here. If the function having the DML statements, the function you cannot able to execute from the select statement, cannot perform DML operations inside a query. Inside a query. This is one difference. Okay. Even still you want to perform the DML operations. The function need to perform some DML operations. Still that function you need to call from the PLSQL block and as well as the select statement. Is there any option for that? Yes, we have the option. If we use the Pragma autonomous transaction inside the function body, function header, sorry, we use the simply, this is the keyword you need to use inside the function header. Okay, Pragma autonomous transaction. Pragma autonomous transaction. See, now the function has compiled as a Pragma autonomous transaction. So you can say there is no difference at the PLSQL level. You can able to execute. You can compare. Earlier we have 16. Now you may have the 17. Now you can able to run from the select statement as well. It won't give any error for you. And you can check that function is having earlier 17. Now you have the 18 records. So you can able to perform the DML operations inside the function. You can able to call that function inside the select statement as well. If I use the Pragma autonomous transaction, what is the advantage of the Pragma autonomous transaction? Whatever the transaction you are performing, treat like as a function calling is the main transaction, or treat like as a, if you are doing some internet nifty transaction. See, if you are doing like a money transfer from your account to some other account. So there is like a three operations here. Okay. See, debiting account from your account is one transaction, and crediting to the beneficiary account is one transaction, right? See, there is main transaction is performing from your end, and the second transaction is the child transaction. This is the parent transaction. Debiting the amount is the parent transaction in your account, and crediting to the beneficiary account is the secondary transaction, right? Okay. See, the amount, sometimes you may observe like the amount has been debited from your account, the beneficiary won't be credited, but the amount won't be came back sometimes in your account, right? See, whereas the transaction is performing interrelated. So there is a link between these two transactions. When if you do see, if you perform like UPI transaction, if the beneficiary is not getting the amount, most of the cases, the amount has been credited back to your account, right? See, first they did the transaction. See, the Pragma autonomous transaction is the advantage is to make it as a child transaction as independent. Independent. See, now if you are doing some DML operations, okay. See, this is your block. See, inside the block, you did one another. See, this is your anonymous block. If you run this, the transaction get inserted into your employee table, and you can check this. We have totally 19 records for now, for as of now, right? Now I am putting some anonymous block inside another block. See, treat like I said, this is my main transaction. This begin and end is my main transaction, and this is my child transaction. Go to line numbers. Okay. See, whatever the things I'm mentioning here, this is my child transaction. This is my main transaction. See, now if we want to use the commit or rollback inside the main transaction, I haven't committed it here. Okay. See, I did here. I'm rollback. I'm using like a rollback here simply inside the child transaction. This is my child transaction, right? Till now we have how many records? 19. Okay. See, this is my child transaction, and I'm committing this outside of my child transaction after rollbacking it. See, now see the data, what happened? The procedure is successfully compiled and executed. Sorry, block. Verify the data here. I have 19 transactions only. Because whatever the transactions you did in this as a main transaction, that also got rolled back here. That also get rolled back here inside the child transaction. If we use this as a anonymous block, if we use this block as a, if you call this function here simply, if we use this function here simply, okay, if we use this function here, see now the transaction get committed here. Okay, instead of committing here, I'm using the rollback in the function. You may get some idea. Okay, now the function has compiled without any error. Right, what happened? Rollback. Okay. Now I'm compiling this. See, now I'm performing some DML operation inside this. Okay. See, now I'm calling this function inside this. If you are calling this, you are doing some insertion and giving the rollback statement. See, whatever you perform this transaction, that transaction also need to be rolled back, right? But it won't be happen like that. So you can compare now how many transactions we have, 21, right? Now, if I did this execution, now if I did this execution, you may see only one transaction get committed here, 22, because the child transaction is performing as an independent transaction. Whatever the whatever the rollback or commit you are using inside the function or any anonymous block, any anonymous block. The block is having the pragma autonomous transaction. The block is having pragma autonomous transaction. Whatever the procedure or function or anonymous block is having the pragma autonomous in the sense that can be act like as an independent transaction. Okay, if the family is having the 5 members, if anybody is doing some negative things that get affected the whole family. Okay, see if the family are separated, the brothers and the sisters are separated, then in that case, it won't be affected the whole family. Okay, this is the advantage of the pragma autonomous transaction. These also you will get the interview question on this. Okay, so now we will see another difference. Another difference. Okay, so till now we see about the procedure is mainly to perform the certain task executions, but function is mainly used to perform certain calculations. Okay, and procedure may or may not return a value, but function must return a value. And procedure you can execute from the only PLSQL block, but function you can able to execute from the named block or anonymous block. I mean, you can execute from the PLSQL and as well as the SQL. Okay, so till now you got that. So we cannot able to call a procedure in select statement. I already explained. Okay, we can able to call function from select statement if the function does not contain any DML or detail statements. Okay, and okay, see, it is not mandatory to return a value. So meaning the function, a procedure is may or may not return a value. So that is the one thing. Procedure function must return a value, and procedure is returning the values using out parameter. Using out parameter, but function is returning the value using return keyword. See, the procedure also may return the value. The procedure also may return the value using the out parameters. See, what are the thing you made it in this? I'm making a say out parameter for this out, and you can able to print that using like a TBMS underscore output or anything. Okay. So you may get the value in this case. Set server output on. This will on the screen writing. Okay, so you can execute the here. 1 second. Now the function, the procedure is having the output variable, 2 arguments. The function is having the 2 arguments, so you need to be declare this variable, use that in an anonymous block. Okay, so you got the differences. Okay, so now see the execution is having like a 5,000. If you provide like a 20, you will get 2,000. Okay, so now you got almost the things, and return will simplify exit to control from the subprogram. See, if we use the return keyword from the procedure or function, the return keyword will determine like you need to be come out when you see that person return. You can able to use the return keyword inside the package and procedure, function and procedure, both places. Now I am using this return statement inside the starting of the block of the procedure. Okay. So now the return must be declared. Okay. See, RETURN return keyword. I use the return keyword in the starting of the my procedure, and my procedure, my table is having the how many DMLs, how many records? 25, right? Now I'm trying to execute this procedure, right? 25. So I'm using the commit inside the block. I'm performing the one more insert and I'm performing this, right? See, it won't come to this place. It won't come to this place. Whenever I'm founding this return keyword, see, the return statement will determine to the compiler. So the compiler, see, the compiler will says to the procedure. So, well, you found this keyword, come out of the execution block. Okay. So wherever you are executing this procedure, please come out of the room. Please come out of the room. It's say like that. See, now I'm executing this procedure, and you can check this. How many records we have from records? So we have 25, because it is not at all executing this return statement. This insert statement. See, I'm saying this very clearly here. The return will simply exit the control from the subprogram. Whenever it found the return keyword or return statement in the procedure execution, it come out of the process. Okay. So whereas in this function, the return statement will return the value and come out of the function. Okay. See, this is another difference. Okay. Return data type will be not specified at the time of creation. See, you haven't mentioned any return data type in the procedure, but function you mentioned the return data type as a mandatory number. This is the difference between the procedure and function. Okay, it's a very important. You can go with this, and we'll see